Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. Thank y'all so much for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. It was a wonderful day. I got to go pick up my boy, so thank you for your patience. And the outpouring of love has just been wonderful, so I really truly appreciate it. This is going to be the general love reading from September 2nd to the 16th. Please be sure and check your moon and rising sign, and then also your Venus sign and the other person's Mars sign if this doesn't resonate with you. And please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and comment. Let me know what's going on, because it really helps me hone in on what the cards are saying. The more details, the better, because it helps me go right to what the card's saying rather than trying to figure out how many different scenarios it could fit into. Excuse me. If you would like a personal reading with me, please be sure to check the description box below. It tells you what the prices are and how the process works. Please be sure, if you do click on those payment blocks though below in the description, to shoot me an email and let me know, because it doesn't notify me, so it might just sit there for a while without me seeing it. And so if you would just email me and let me know. If you want to go ahead and shoot me an email with your questions, your name, date of birth, and the other person's name and date of birth. If you know your time and place of birth, that'd be great. Or if you know what your sun, moon, rising, and Venus and Mars signs are, that would be awesome. But thank you so much for the reading request, and I'm so happy to be able to be here for it. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this, and then we'll start clarifying after that and see what we come up with. The first card that I have for you is the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles can represent a lot of patience that's been needed, or somebody putting a lot of time, work, and effort into something. What pops into my mind with the Seven of Pentacles is somebody who's worked really hard on a crop. Like you're constantly, plowing the fields and watering and planting, or whatever people do when they grow things, because I can't grow anything. So that was a bad example. But somebody who's working, who is steadily paying attention to this crop, making sure that it all goes correctly. And it's supposed to be this fabulous harvest, and then when the harvest comes, it's underwhelming. It's less than what they expected. It's not really what they expected. So some of you could be feeling kind of like, is that it? Kind of a feeling like, really? This is what all the suspense was about? It could be that there's some, like, you're just not... It could be a feeling that you're just not being fulfilled in something. And since it's this Pentacles energy, it could be an earth sign that you're dealing with, but I feel like it's definitely you who's feeling like it could be that more patience is needed, but I also feel like it was a need for balance. Like there's been something that's been out of balance. Perhaps you've been working harder towards something than maybe another party has. And so it could be that there's balance that needs to be regained. The next card that we have is the Star card. Star card could represent an Aquarius, perhaps. It is also representative of your intuition. It's representative of inspiration and healing. Balance as well. The feeling that I get off of the Star card in this position here is a sense of pulling away from all of this effort. It's a sense of being able to separate, like, the head and the heart, but separate them but keep them equal. You're able to weigh them out, but without making a decision solely based on one or the other. And I also feel like this is definitely you paying attention to your intuition, or that spark of an idea that may pop up. It may be that you have some sort of inspiration or epiphany. It could also be, too, in this this light that pops on the top of this star head here, it kind of reminds me of that wish upon a star type of a thing. So it could be that this is the time to kind of state your wishes to the universe too, because perhaps you've been incredibly patient and worked very hard towards something, and the opportunity for you to wish that into reality could be here as well. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's something that you perhaps have recognized that you've put way too much work and effort in that's not being matched. And so you step away and kind of pull back into yourself and refocusing on yourself and kind of healing from that imbalance. And that will bring some action. Because the next card that I have here is the Knight of Wands. And this Knight of Wands is coming both directly at this star card and this pentacle energy. So I feel like it is perhaps a fire sign coming back in. But I feel like this fire sign, I feel like this energy of the Knight of Wands is very come and go. It's back and forth. It can be flaky. It can be, you can literally be standing there going, WTF. Like, what just happened? You were here, things were great, and then you disappear, and then you come back and act like nothing changed. Like, nothing, like you weren't gone for 3 weeks. I feel like that kind of, not that I've had that conversation before with anyone, but I feel like that's what this Knight of Wands is about here, is kind of like this, somebody who just kind of comes and goes as they please and doesn't necessarily see why that's bothersome to anyone, maybe. They just want to be able to do their own thing. And then the next card that I have is the Strength card. So it definitely could be a Leo that you're dealing with here. I love this Strength card. It's one of my favorites because of this, the idea that I find is so true. It's just this complete polarity between this feminine energy and this lion. It's like a natural, untamed beast that she's managed to tame, but it's through gentleness. I mean, she has no whips. She has a wreath around his neck and a wand, but there's no harm to him. There's nothing controlling of him. It's simply him wanting to do what she wants him to do, that he is responding. So she has complete faith that he'll do whatever she wants him to do because it will make her happy. And he does so. And I feel like this is definitely representative of a lot of inner strength, but it's an inner, gentle, calm strength. It's not that lion. It's not this, tearing people's heads off type of an energy. It's somebody who's able to maintain their calm, their class, there's something very, I feel like, elegant about this card. And like I say, this could be male, female, doesn't matter, but it's somebody who's very in control of this situation, like their strength is immense, I feel like. And then the next card that we have is the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is a feeling of being left out in the cold. It can be a feeling of being isolated or kind of ostracized from a group. Or even, it can be somebody who is perhaps feeling just negative. I would say it's somebody feeling sorry for themselves, but I don't mean that in a negative way necessarily, because we all feel sorry for ourselves from time to time. That's absolutely what happens. So I feel like this is somebody who could be perhaps seeing things as more bleak than they are. Because it's directly under this star card, I do feel like this is an energy it's not as intense as perhaps others have been. I feel like this is something that you're in the process of healing from, or perhaps you're just trying to avoid feeling left out in the cold again. Or this could be you leaving someone else out in the cold. But I feel like this is a feeling of being at odds with, or not even at odds, but unaccepted perhaps, or like there is no understanding. I feel like there's no understanding. You don't get me, and that makes me feel lonely, I feel like. For a lot of you, I feel like there's a feeling of somebody who just doesn't get you. And that makes you feel alone. And there's nothing worse than feeling alone when there's somebody right by you. I mean, I'm sure there are worse things, but that sucks. So I feel like for a lot of you, that could be what this Five of Pentacles is about. And then we have the Judgment. And the Judgment, to me, in this position here, definitely represents like a spiritual rebirth or a reawakening. Some sort of shift. Because it only takes a small paradigm shift to completely change the perspective. So it could be that something just clicks, and from then on, it all clicks into place and you're good. I feel like it's something that's very positive, though, that's going to happen there. It's directly under this Knight of Wands, too, so it could be whoever is being kind of this flaky, come and go whenever you please type of energy. They could be called on the carpet somehow, too. So let's clarify and see what we get. Please clarify the Seven of Pentacles here for Taurus, for love, from September 2nd through the 16th, 2017. Please show me what this Seven of Pentacles is about here for Taurus. For love, for September 2nd through the 16th, 2017. Please show me what this Seven of Pentacles is about here. For the sign of Taurus, for love, for September 2nd through the 16th, 2017. Please. Whoa! Whoa! Two of them fell out. It's really not that big of a deal. Calm down, people. Okay, so the first one that comes up is the Seven of Cups on top of this Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like this is somebody who is perhaps doing a lot of soul searching or inventory on what it is that they need to feel emotionally fulfilled and secure. And the Empress is the next card that comes up here. So I feel like there could perhaps be, again, I get with this, I get an Aries or perhaps a water sign. It could be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces coming in here. Because the Empress represents that creative energy, but it is the mother of the tarot. It is creation, bringing something into the physical world from the astral world. And I feel like with these two sevens here, the Seven of Cups to me would mean somebody who is kind of, they need to narrow down their options. They need to start zoning in on what it is that they really want. And I feel like the Seven of Pentacles here is saying the same thing, but they need to focus in on what they really want long term for their lives, for their stability and security. And I feel like the Empress here is a recognition of what kind of energy or what kind of nourishment you should be looking for in a partner to be able to complete your needs here. I feel like this literally could be a pregnancy, because these sevens could mean that you've had a ton of options and none of them have really fulfilled you, but you could have there could be a pregnancy, or perhaps you, if you're a female, perhaps you've gotten pregnant too. It's possible, but I feel like this Empress is more representative of a type of energy. It's somebody who would be a good mother. It's somebody who somebody sees as the ideal partner. It's kind of the ideal romantic partner. She's a vibrant, sexy, fertile woman who, is able to create life. So I feel like there is a lot of soul searching going on for either you or somebody else on what it is that they really want in that long-term partner. Please clarify this Star card here for Taurus, for love, September 2nd through the 16th, 2017. Please show me what you see in this Star card here for Taurus. Why is this Star card here? Please clarify this star card here for Taurus for love, September 2nd through the 16th, 2017. Please show me what this star card is about here for Taurus. Why is this star card here? Please show me what this star card is about here for Taurus. Why is this star card here? There it is. The Four of Pentacles on top of this star card. So I feel like there's something that's blocking your intuition right now. Or perhaps somebody is clinging to something. Perhaps it's something that somebody has put in someone's put in a lot of effort. Somebody's put a lot of effort into something, and so they cling to it because they've invested so much and they don't want to lose their investment. But I feel like this star card is saying to release that. I feel like this clinging has to be let go of you because this investment is only going to take more from you right now. You have to be able to release that, I feel like, and the star card takes over to do the healing. And I feel like that will accomplish what your aim was anyways, if you wanted somebody to respond, because I feel like somebody responds. Keep in mind, too, I know that there's a lot of information that gets packed into this 2-week time frame. Like, that's really dramatic for things to happen that quickly over that period of time. This is an energy that I feel like has been coming for a long time and will continue for a long time. But I feel like the groundwork starts to be laid here with this spread here in this time period. I don't necessarily feel like all of this is going to take place right within this 2-week period. But I do feel like this is energy that, like, the groundwork is laid for it. So perhaps if you know about it, you'll be able to identify it when it comes. Please clarify this Knight of Wands for Taurus for love, September 2nd through the 16th, 2017. Please clarify this Knight of Wands. It could be somebody's literally clinging to you, too. Somebody could be clinging to you. Please clarify this Knight of Wands here for love. Okay. Death on top of this Knight of Wands. So I feel like some of you are holding on to somebody that you know is perhaps not good for you. And you've been clinging to it maybe because you had invested so much into this person and you truly wanted to create a life with them. That was your true intention. But it has not served you. I feel like they maybe have been coming in and out or some kind of behavior. Not that you necessarily need to cut the fire sign out. Maybe you don't need to break up even. But this behavior has to end. So I feel like you have to take a stand. That could be what this Strength card is about, is taking a stand to get that behavior to end. If they can't treat you with, the way that you feel you deserve to be treated, that needs to be put to an end, I feel like. There could also be a Scorpio in the picture, too. Doesn't necessarily have to be a fire sign. Please clarify this Strength card here for Taurus for love, September 2nd through the 16th, 2017. What is this Strength card here for? Yeah, they have the Ten of Swords on top of this Strength card. So I feel like putting this to death, whatever this is, on top of this Knight of Wands, this behavior or this actual relationship, ending that or them ending it with you is going to be very painful. It's going to require a lot of strength. This could be, again, something that you are in the process of going through right now. But I feel like this Strength card here, as a major arcana card here, in this position, I feel like over this Ten of Swords, it is what will carry you through. You could be coming to the end of this Ten of Swords type feeling. Like, I feel like this death and this Ten of Swords does definitely put something to an end. But this Strength card is continuing, is a persevering type of energy, I feel like. So let's see what this Five of Pentacles is about here. Please clarify this Five of Pentacles here for Taurus for love, September 2nd through the 16th. Please show me what this Five of Pentacles is about here for Taurus for love. Okay. Yes, you have the Magician on top of this Five of Pentacles. So I feel like once this behavior or relationship or this situationship or whatever it is that's put to death here, I feel like it's going to be painful, it's going to be stressful, it's going to suck, it's not going to feel good. You may even feel betrayed because perhaps they put things to an end with you and it requires this strength to carry through. Then you are going to feel perhaps this shut out, left out in the cold, or vice versa. They could be the one feeling that. But this Magician is what comes up on top of that. And I feel like this is an inspiration or this spark that comes in that's a whole different shift, a whole different way of thinking. Like it's a new idea. It's something new that you hadn't perhaps even considered before, but it's going to drive you forward. This is also a card that says that you can manifest whatever it is that you are hoping to manifest. And I feel like on top of this Five of Pentacles, it's saying that you would not have been able to get this inspiration or to get this drive that you needed had this not happened. It's like this comes from this being left out in the cold, almost like it pushes you into action to pursue something or to begin something, and perhaps you even begin something just to distract yourself. But I feel like that creates this Magician who can bring something very fruitful into your life. It can manifest what it is that you're hoping to manifest. So let's see what this Judgment card is about here. Please clarify this Judgment card here in position for Taurus for love from September 2nd through the 16th, 2017. Please clarify this Judgment card here. Okay. Yeah, Six of Pentacles on top of this Judgment card. The Six of Pentacles is somebody who is nourishing or providing for. It has something to offer, this plant down here, and in exchange for what it has to offer, the plant is supposed to grow. That's what the exchange is here. So it could be that this Judgment is an awakening that comes to the other person too, who will begin to recognize that they want this give and take relationship with you. But I feel like it's also, the Judgment card is also one that comes in and kind of balances out the karmic scales. So if somebody's been investing more than the other person, I feel like the tables may turn and the other person will be required to invest more. It could be that you're putting your foot down about something. It could be that there's this spark of an idea of how you can get a response that perhaps is as simple as suggesting a give and take. Or somebody could be offering you a give and take here. So let me know what's going on. Let me know what resonates for you. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing and liking and sharing and all the awesomeness that happens. I truly appreciate y'all, and I will speak with you soon.